All right, ready? I'm Meredith.
I'm Elise, and this is your 20s.
Season 2, baby. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on? This is season
hey,
2, baby.
Yeah, we're back.
Episode 1, kicking it off.
So today we have 3 of my very good friends. We have Eric, we have Oscar, and we have Daniel.
What's up?
And they are all in the arts as well.
And they're also my friends, but I just met them today.
Yes.
Of course.
They're my new friends.
Friends of friends of friends.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this is season 2.
I know.
We're on season
It's
2.
Fucking nuts.
So we've been working really hard trying to rebrand this thing,
Yes.
this podcast.
Yeah.
We have been working with an animator. We're going to get a new logo. By the time this is up, it'll be popping. We'll have a YouTube. We'll have an Instagram. We'll have Twitter.
All that.
All that.
All that.
Maybe even a
That's official.
TikTok.
You're getting official.
Oh,
you know?
TikTok?
A TikTok. I didn't
That'd be
even think about
crazy.
that.
We could
That'd
be
be
good TikTok.
fun.
at this
We could
point.
bring on our guests and we could all
Do a
so
TikTok.
excited. Yeah, we could all do like a TikTok for each episode.
I mean, people are doing TikTok videos about
Yeah,
everything.
if you can get viral on TikTok once,
a
game
podcast.
over.
Yeah,
Game
There's
over.
a lot
That's
of people.
different.
Everybody's on TikTok.
Everyone. And
Yeah,
their
for real.
mom.
Yeah.
And
they-
their mom.
And they get millions and millions of views.
I know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I miss Vine though. I'm not gonna lie. I think
Oh,
Vine was a little
God.
bit better.
Yes.
I'm biased. Like I will still
Vine was
like
crazy.
if I'm bored or if I'm sad, I'll be like, I'm just gonna watch some Vine compilations today, and like it's the same Vines over and
Yeah,
over that I've
we-
seen like 10,000 times, and I still think they're so fucking funny.
I feel like that's our generation's TikTok. Not gonna lie.
Vine,
Sure.
yeah.
Sometimes on TikTok, I'm like, I don't really understand the comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I don't really.
Well, most
get
of
it.
it's funny. Most of it isn't funny.
I mean,
That's the
it's-
thing.
Yeah.
But it's just like hot girls and guys, e-boys, e-girls, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? The one earring, the black hair, like
The
smoky,
aesthetic.
sultry look. I'm like, damn. I did not look
Yeah.
like that when I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
14 years old.
So different.
I had a
Yeah,
middle
times
part.
have
I had
changed for sure.
braces. I was ugly as fuck.
No, that was a scary time. I think I
13.
was. Yeah.
I think it was a scary time for everybody.
Exactly. And I feel like it's not the same case for 13-year-olds now.
No,
like they're in
no.
their prime and 13. It's
Right.
kind of weird.
I'm glad though that I went through that phase, I think, because like I appreciate
for sure.
my glow up a little bit more.
No, definitely.
Yeah, because like when you're 13 and then you glow, there's no glow up. You're 13, you're hot, you're caked up, and then like
Caked
by,
up.
by 21, you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
All right.
that was it. My life is over.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Yeah. oh wow, we just got.
All right, back on topic. Okay, that's a good idea though. Make some TikToks.
Yeah.
Y'all down to make a TikTok? All right.
I mean, I can't
Yeah.
dance to save my
Yeah,
life, but
sure,
like
sure.
I'll just
Do a
like,
bop.
we
She'll
should
bop
do
around.
it.
Yeah, okay, so they just met today, but these are like my really good friends from the summer. And I just know any friend of mine who I meet is going to be friends with Mary because that's my best friend. But yeah, we're doing a lot with this podcast. We are
Yeah.
excited for season 2. We have so many good guests coming up, and this is the best way to kick it off with these 3 guys
so
right here.
excited.
Yeah.
We just decided to, I think, like with this podcast, season 1 was definitely like experiential. Is that a word? Let me try again. Experiential, right?
Experiential.
Okay, cool. It was close.
Experimental.
Experimental.
That's it.
We were
The
like, yeah,
same-
experiential.
the
That's right.
Same but different. So we were definitely. I mean, I was explaining to our guests today, like we just kind of like hopped right in, and first episode, we're just kind of like, all right, like if we don't do this now, like we're never gonna do it. And I think now that we have like a season under our belt, we're trying to actually do something with this and
Yeah.
not just make this like.
Something
you know,
fun.
Something fun. Although, like, we had talked about this before. We'd still be doing this if it didn't, like, take off because this is, like, we love doing this.
Yeah.
But, like, ultimately, that's the goal. And so we're
Mm-hmm.
literally redoing everything. We're redoing our branding. We're trying to make it, like, very cohesive across, like, all fronts.
We're
Social
putting in
media.
work.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
And we really, like, one thing that we really want to implement this second season is having kind of like a segment at the end where any any listeners' questions can be sent in to our email, which is thisisyour20s@gmail.com. And then, or, we could put up like Instagram stories, like polls, anything like that, questions that we can answer on the podcast, give you guys kind of like live advice about any topic that you want to talk about. Like seriously, nothing is off limits. Like that's the point of this. Like nothing is off limits. Like
I think it'd be
go for
cool
it.
if people sent in questions and we were like just an array of questions and we just like went through them. Maybe
Yeah.
for like a whole episode.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd
We
be
could
really
use Twitter for that.
So that's kind of like something we want to implement, and then we also really want to get into the YouTube aspect of things because we want to put like a face to who we are,
Yeah.
and give another platform to listen on for people that are like not huge fans of Spotify or don't have a Spotify or don't want to listen on Apple Podcasts. Like we're gonna give it to you on every front that we can give it to you on. So,
YouTube is huge too.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Definitely.
I literally watch YouTube like.
It's like
just
TV.
out of boredom. Like I don't watch Netflix
everything.
anymore. Like I used to be like addicted to Netflix shows, and literally now when I have free time, I'm just like go on YouTube.
I used to
and
be on
watch, like-
YouTube all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
I
YouTube.
be on YouTube. all the
You don't
time.
even
We
need
still
a-
do,
You don't need a
honestly.
college degree. You can look up anything you want to learn on YouTube.
Graduate,
I'm not even
That's
kidding. You
Nah,
can
for
literally
real.
look up anything.
fair.
graduate with no degree.
Yeah, the YouTube degree.
Yeah, literally. Anyway, so let's get to our guests.
Yeah. Yes.
So I want you each to introduce yourselves. What do you do? What are you passionate about? And why are you here?
Okay, sure. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I'm Eric Marine, but I go by Cheese. I'm a producer.
Hell yeah.
I like music a lot. I'm very passionate about music. I've been passionate about it for a long time. Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Wait,
That's all we
Good
why,
need.
introduction.
why is your name Cheese?
Cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary doesn't know the story. I
All
know.
right.
Go
So
into
like
it.
when I was like 9 or 10, I went to Mexico. Like I have a bunch of family over there, and like they were trying to get me to eat all the Mexican food, but I was like, nah, I'm not fucking with it at all. Like at first, I like it now, but and I was like, just take me to Burger King or like McDonald's to get cheeseburgers, and so they're just always clowning on me about it. And then
Gotcha.
eventually it became my Xbox Live username. So cheeseburger 5000, and then it became my Instagram, and then it became my Instagram.
5,000.
Yeah, cheeseburger 5000. Then my Instagram, then my Twitter, and then it was everything.
Gotcha.
It became
So
your
cheese.
persona.
Yeah,
Do you like cheese?
yeah, I like cheese a lot.
Like, okay, cool. That would be like funny if you like hated cheese and that was
Nah.
your name.
No, but
I
yeah.
thought you were gonna
Very
say I went to
ironic.
Mexico and all I ate was like the queso there, and that's why I got my nickname Cheese. But I went a different direction.
Different story.
Nah.
Wait, really quickly though, can everyone tell me their middle school emails or like usernames? Like his was Cheeseburger 5000.
Oh, that's so.
What was
wow,
yours?
man.
My middle school.
Yeah, like think of the worst and most cringiest thing that you've put on your social media.
On
Or your,
social
I don't know, not social media, usernames that are like really cringy.
I
I know.
remember
Hold
my.
on with my email or
Yeah,
what?
anything.
I remember my first email.
What was it?
What was
It
it?
was like Eric-DP-captain.twinkie at hotmail.com.
What the hell?
Wow.
You said, I'm going to
I'm not
make
even
this an
You're
email.
hard to
Yeah.
reach.
No one else is having this email.
I
That's for
swear.
damn sure.
I don't even think I had
Dot
an email,
Twinkie.
to
Really?
Yeah,
be honest
Captain
with you.
Twinkie.
Mine was MB Tennis GRL 39 gmail.com.
Y'all had really long ones. Mine was live, laugh, love.
Oh, that's
Simple
dope.
and easy.
Could be any white girl literally ever in
I
the
was
history
such,
of ever.
oh my God. Live, laugh, love. I was like, oh,
From
wow.
the jump,
Yes,
that's
wow.
dope. Yeah.
This is my passion.
This is moving. Yes.
Live, laugh, love.
A lot of people in my middle school used to go by like their initials. So, and then the guys would call themselves Da King. Like,
Da
so whatever your initials are, mine are MB. It would be like MB Da King at gmail.com. But then if it was the girls, they call themselves Da Queen. So like that was like a thing at my middle school, which was really embarrassing.
Where'd you go to middle school? In Cincinnati?
In Cincinnati, yeah.
Oh.
I didn't hop on that bandwagon. I just like could.
My name is Daniel Feliciano. I go by artist name Ciano, but I also produce as well. What was the question again? You said introduce
Just-
yourself?
Yeah. What do you
Who
like
are
to
you?
do?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm a rapper, producer.
How long have you been doing that?
Probably since like 2017.
Okay.
Like, really taking it seriously.
Even rapping?
Oh, rapping? I mean, I've always kind of like rapped just like throughout my life.
Okay.
Like, just as a kid, but I started writing in 2016. That's when I started like actually writing out songs.
Let
for
me
the
tell
first
you,
time.
he is a great writer.
I wanted like
Great
hear some of your
lyricist.
stuff.
For real, yeah. I'll
So
play it for you.
for the writing aspect, like, why'd you start writing? Like for me, when I think of writing, I think of like I don't know, that's like venting, that's like your kind of outlet?
Well, I really just got like curious on how to create music, and I always wanted to, you know, like rap. So I figured if I started like writing, I'd be able to, you know, figure out where I wanted to go with it, and I got better with it as in time. So
Right.
I just wanted to be able to write my own songs always.
That's so
So,
cool.
Yeah.
That's like not an easy thing to do.
No.
Like not an easy task.
You know what I'm upset about? And Oscar will introduce you, I promise. I'm just on this tangent now.
Oscar the go.
All right, so I just watched the Taylor Swift documentary.
I'm literally watching it right now.
It's really interesting.
On
Yeah.
Netflix?
Yes, she based her entire childhood and life and career on acceptance from others and being great, like what others would think of great. So when that kind of like flopped with the whole like Kanye West thing and her career just kind of like people, I mean, being a famous person is really hard anyways. Everyone's going to hate you. But people just thought she was fake and stuff like that. She had to completely reinvent like what her life purpose was.
Yeah.
But she said something about like, oh, she was reading her journals when she was
Yeah.
little.
Oh, yeah.
And I have been journaling my entire life. Like that's something when I grew up Mormon was like really pressed is like you need to keep a journal. And I'm so thankful for that because I would write lyrics when I was little, but I gave up because I would looked at my lyrics when I was younger and I was like, this is trash. I could never do this. But she started that young too. And if I'd kept on going and writing songs for like 16 years now, like I could have had so many songs under my belt.
Yeah.
For
So,
sure,
all right,
sure,
if any
yeah.
5-year-old is listening,
Keep
Right,
writing
right,
in
yeah,
your
right,
journal.
right.
any
keep
8-year-old
writing.
listening, keep doing it.
No, but I want
Yeah,
to come
for
back
real.
after we introduce Oscar.
Sorry.
I want to come back to the concept of like living your life to please other people because
I'm gonna write that down.
I was literally watching that and like it struck such a nerve in me. I was like, wow, same
sure.
girl. That's literally been my life up until like this fucking semester. And now
Yeah.
I'm figuring out and it's scary as shit, but it's like a good thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oscar!
we want to hear from you.
To the swivel.
What's up? What's up?
So there's only 4 mics in here, so we're making it
We're
do.
making it
We're
work.
making a shake.
Hey Sharon.
How's it going?
Hey. You hear yourself?
Yeah, sounds really good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself.
All right, so my name is Oscar Gomez. I'm a photographer. I recently got into photography about, say, a year now. I kind of picked it up. I got into photography because I like to travel. I've always liked to take pictures of like cities and landscapes, stuff like that. So I got into that, and then obviously with my friend over here, Eric, I was able to take pictures for him because he kind of pushed me to do people photography. I didn't really want to, but I did. And now I work for a company and I go around and take pictures for different schools.
Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you like what you do with the
I
company?
love what I do, actually. It's pretty nice
That's
because
awesome.
I didn't really know what to do when it came to the camera when I
Right.
first picked it up, and now I've learned so much and I know how to use it and stuff like that. So
Yeah. It's
That's
all about
so
just like
Just
diving
doing
in.
It. Yeah, just do it.
You
Head
learn as you
first.
go. No one
Mhm.
knows what the fuck they're doing until you just start doing
Nah,
it.
we're
Yeah,
so
everyone,
young.
Everyone starts from somewhere, so
Exactly.
Just gotta-
Exactly.
That's what, like, when I fuck up in life, like, one time I put diesel in my car. All right, no one make fun of me. I was young.
You do-
I was like 16. All right, I didn't, but no one had told me that there was anything different about diesel.
Yeah.
So how the fuck would I ever know? You know what I mean?
happened?
I just-
This one's probably really good for you.
Yeah. This is healthy for my gas tank.
No, I was like, oh, it's kind of strange that it's a little like bigger, because it's like a diesel pump is like much bigger, and my dumbass
That's
tried to fit it in, and then my mom had to come get me. It was all bad. But she's like, you know what? At least like I can't even be mad at you because I never taught you that.
Yeah.
But like
That's fair.
I learned the hard way, and you learn the hard way by just going in and doing it. You know.
What happened to your car? Did it break
It
down?
was fucked.
It
Yeah.
was,
It was
wraps.
I had to they had to empty the gas tank, and
You're
it was,
kidding.
my mom was pissed, but she was like,
Damn.
also I didn't teach you that, so
Yeah.
Crazy.
all right, fair. So
That's
yeah.
so funny to your life. I don't know, like, what is the goal for all of you guys with each of your individual passions? Just go into that a little bit.
Okay.
I don't even know this. I want to know your goals.
All right. Well, for me, like, as a producer, I just want to like get more placements. Honestly, I just want to be a full-time musician. Like, because right now I still work like a 9 to 5 basically,
Yeah.
and I still do music on the side. Like, I've gotten paid off music, but it's just not enough to like survive off it.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, if I just got by and just was like able to buy my crib, have my car, you know, and just like be financially, like have financial freedom
Yeah.
and just honestly survive. I'd be cool off that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to do that off music, just get placements or, you know, just do whatever, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my goal, huh?
So
That's the
what's
dream.
your 9 to 5 right now?
Right now I do like, it's like a book warehouse. So honestly, I'm like a warehouse librarian. It's really easy.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll go around the warehouse, just like scan books and just put it on a shelf.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So music right now is like kind of your side hustle. But
Yeah,
it's
pretty
not meant
much.
to
But
be.
like it's going pretty well. So like it's
Yeah.
pretty promising.
That's awesome.
But you know, it just takes time.
Do you want to move out of Indianapolis at some point?
Yeah, for sure.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Atlanta.
Oh, that's
Wow.
like such a good place. I
Yeah.
feel like
For
you don't
music.
hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you always hear LA, which
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
I mean, when I was younger, like I went out to LA. My mom took me out there, and I was like in love. I was like, this
Yeah.
is so dope, and I want to go out there. But I don't know. I was just trying to be more realistic. I was just thinking about like what's popping right now, and just like I know music's going crazy out there.
Yeah,
True.
definitely.
And plus, I have another buddy that's a producer as well, and he's like on the same page. So we're
That's
both
so
trying to make
cool.
it happen.
That's awesome. Wait, who?
Ty made it.
Oh, have I met him? I don't think I've met him.
Nah, he's from Chicago,
Okay.
but we both have the same manager. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a whole ass manager.
Are you wait? Okay, so explain that. How does that like? I don't know how any of this works.
I
You
mean-
know way more than I do.
I mean, basically for him, he just got me like placements. He knows like artists out in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I would send him beats, and then he would play them for him, and so they would hop on him, rap on him, and then just like that.
That's a plug.
So
Yeah.
cool.
That's a plug. That's awesome.
Yeah, plug honestly.
When did you start? Like,
Producing?
yeah,
It was when I was 18.
18.
23 now.
What made you sit down and do it? Like, what made you the first time you ever made a beat? What made you sit down and be like, you
Oscar
know what?
was there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's brotherhood.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I always did music from like a young age. Like, I started playing guitar from 10. So I did music, but producing, like, I don't know. I was just like really into like EDM at the time,
Okay.
and I really liked Skrillex.
Hell
And
yeah.
so I looked up. I was like, damn, this shit's crazy. Like, I need to get on this wave. Like, and so I looked up what he used, and he used Ableton Live. And then like I just did like a research, and I saw like you get like a little launch pad and like the free version of it for like $100. And then I
That's so
asked for it
cool.
for Christmas, and so
And then you just started from there.
yeah,
You just
I didn't know
started,
how to
like,
use that
messing
all.
around.
Yeah, he saw. I didn't know how to like
That's
play a
crazy
sound or
to
anything.
me. That you can literally like master a skill in 5 years or less, and just by doing it, by literally doing it.
I know.
There's like such a misconception that you have to grow up with something to be good at it. Like
I
that's
know.
that's what I've been taught. Like that's like the community, the type of community I grew up in. Like you
Mhm.
start doing this now, and then you become good. But like there's a time where it's just too late for you.
Yeah.
And like I used to always believe that, especially before coming to college, and then I realize now that that is like the biggest load of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
It is.
for example, like I grew up with tennis. Like I literally grew up at 2 years old with a racket in my hand.
That's crazy.
But
Two?
literally,
Yeah.
like I would like golf. I wasn't good, but like
That's
I would
so
literally,
cute.
I would go to the courts and I would like golf around. Like I would hit it like a golf ball. And I grew up with like the formative technical training. Like I was on the courts like 5 days a week.
You
at
know, she's
at
a beast.
young age.
She's a beast.
But I realized in college that like there was like a lot of girls on my team who didn't really start playing super competitively until like 14, 15, high school, which was like
You're like, wait, what?
kind of a rude awakening for me, because I was like, these girls are just as good as me, if not better, because they just love it and they have a passion for it. And I think I'm pissed at myself because I think after a while my passion faded a little bit because I got so jaded by it and so burnt out so quickly that I wasn't like super excited to like be at the courts every day. But then the girls next to me that had just picked it up were like so passionate about it, so excited to be there, that everything was like new and exciting, and they were playing like with such freedom, and I was like tight and like nervous and anxious, and like I'm still working through that now. And that's like probably one of the biggest regrets I have.
Yeah.
It's just like not just in tennis, but just thinking about all of the things that I wish I would have done, like whether
Yeah.
that be music, like pursuing that more, pursuing that here more, because I did it in high school a lot, or like I don't know, writing more, or literally anything that I just didn't do because I was taught and fed that information from like such a young age
Yeah.
that you have to grow up with it. If you don't, then like it's just kind of a hobby. Like you're never gonna be that good at it.
Yeah. it doesn't matter what age you are. You could start at 35 and still have a career on it, you know?
I know.
Yeah, for
It's
sure. You
crazy.
shouldn't be discouraged about like what age, because like
Yeah.
people start at all different kind of ages, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that can literally be said for anything.
Yeah.
But it
That's
just
true.
pisses me off.
I know, I
Like, it
bet.
honestly angers me
Yeah.
thinking back on it. But, you know, you live and you learn, so.
All right,
For
Oscar,
sure, for sure.
your turn. What do you want to do? What are your goals? What's your dream in life?
My main goal in life is to just be able to support myself and be content with whatever I'm doing.
Mhm.
Because, you know, like, I've always heard people, like, they do something for a long time and they just get bored of it, you know? And it's something that they've worked so long for.
Facts. That's honestly my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Same.
Waking up one day and being like, fuck, I'm
Yeah.
like 52.
You want to switch it up. And
Hate
then
my
you gotta
life.
Restart over
Yeah.
or whatever situation you're in. But my really biggest goal, like I said, is just to be able to support myself and be on my own and carry a family later on in life
Yeah.
and something like that, stuff like that. So,
Yeah. That's it.
obviously, like, be able to, like, like the photography thing, like, be able to support myself through that and be able to see the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. See the world through it.
Yeah.
I think if you can find yourself a job, like, that's not everyone would want that, but, like, to be able to have a job that allows you to travel and see the world, like, while you're doing it without just having to take your 2-week vacation and say, this is
Mhm.
my
Fuck
time
that.
off.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I was trying to like get Oscar into the photography, because I know like I do music, so like I'm trying to like, if I go somewhere, be like I have my photographer,
Yeah.
and like people need pictures, so
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah.
that's why I was kind of like trying to push him to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
that's
he
so
could do
great.
it. Like if I was able to travel, boom, he does all these pictures.
Right.
That's what I love about you three. Like from day one, you guys have always been just like there for each other, and like everyone at that studio too.
Yeah,
Just
the
like you
studio's a
guys,
good vibe,
yeah, you support each other, and that's what friends are for. That's where you're gonna get somewhere in life. Like
Yeah.
it
Well,
is
it's
about
about who you
connections.
know.
It's about
And,
who
like,
you know.
got a team and everything.
Right.
You gotta have a team.
It's about your squad and who you lift up. And like, if you see potential in someone, like if you see potential in your friends, tell them and say, like, for example, Kat, my good friend Kat, she's going to be like our photographer for This Is Your 20s now. And photography is something that she's been super passionate about, but she just hasn't pursued because like she just doesn't really know where. And I'm like, well, this is great. Like we can work
Yeah.
together. We need you. You need us. Like,
Right.
let's
Right.
do it.
Well, and I think too at this age, like we're still like we're literally building the foundation for the rest of our life, right? So like
Mhm. No pressure.
so I just feel like there's like this like misconception that like you have to network with people that have already like been in your shoes before, and like there is something to be said for that, but I also feel like yeah, like surround yourself with people and like you can look at your best friend beside you as a mentor. Like,
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah,
have to be
yeah.
older than you or like necessarily, you know, have more experience than you. It's like who you want to go through your shit with.
Yeah.
Like that's your mentor right there.
Yeah.
Like you don't need like
This
an
higher
entire-
being.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you can do it yourself, but also realizing that it's probably better to rely on the people who you have connections with now at this young age rather than trying to like hustle all by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something
Yeah.
to be said for being able to do that. I think that's like an amazing quality that some people have.
Yeah.
But like, you have to like work smarter, not harder.
And
if
how
that makes
cool-
Yeah,
sense.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
How cool would it be to like one day work with all your best friends because you all pushed and you all made it together? Like
Yeah.
that'd be the dream. You're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
That is
you
the
living in
dream.
your suite, like in the city with your best friends because you all like are making
Yeah.
money doing what you love because you work
Yeah.
together. Like that's
Right.
dope. I want that.
Yeah, I swear.
I want that.
Being with people you like and that you like grew up with or like known for a while instead of just like
Family.
a bunch of
Right.
weird people you just like just met or whatever,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've definitely been in like internships and like work environments where I'm just like,
This is
Are-
not right.
yeah. And are these people really friends or are they just coworkers? Because
They're
you
just kind
spend
of faking it.
Oh.
just
think of
like,
how many
yeah.
hours they spend together. That's tragic.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they don't really like each other, but they have to because
Yeah.
they're like they conform to this 9 to 5 that they have to get money for, and it's not even that much money. I'm like, is it worth it?
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, all right, your turn. Kind of
Yeah, I know.
switcheroo. Ciano. How'd you get your
What
name?
do you
Tell the
wanna
fans.
do with your
How I get
life?
Ciano?
Yeah.
Shout out my good friend Chris. We were like skipping class one day actually, and we
In
were
high
just,
school?
Yeah, we were just like chilling in the cafeteria or whatever, and he's like, "Yo, man, you should change your rap name." And at the time, I was going by Promise,
Promise? That's funny.
With the money sign as the S.
I'm weak.
I did not know that.
But
I kind of like it though. All right.
I mean, nah. And
Sienna was
Lisa's like so positive. She's like, "That's great. What are you talking about?"
yeah, nah.
All
But
the
he was
time.
just like,
Yeah.
he just brainstormed it and was like, well, at first he said Danciano, and I was going by Danciano for a little bit, but then I just decided to cut the Dan and just go by Ciano.
Sienna.
I like that a
So-
lot.
And it's
But-
the last half of my last name, because my name's Daniel Feliciano. So
That's
Daniel
cool.
Feliciano.
Ciano.
So it's still you. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
It's still
for sure.
you.
Reminds me kind of just like of Chance, like just
Chance.
That's it.
Chance,
Yeah,
Ciano.
I
And
love
like
it.
his name
Huh.
is Chancellor, so like that works. Did you
Yeah.
know that his
For
name is
sure.
I didn't-
fucking Chancellor?
I didn't know his name was Chancellor.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's cool.
Sounds
Love
fancy, like English.
Yes.
Proper.
Chancellor.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Sir
Chancellor.
Chancellor.
Right, Sir Chancellor.
Sir, Sir Chancellor the rapper.
Yeah. Wait. So, what is your ultimate goal with your life?
My
For
ultimate
your
goal
career.
for my career, honestly, I just want to be able to, just like these guys, be financially free as well.
Hell
Even
yeah.
though, like, at least not stressing about anything,
Mhm.
not having to worry about finances. Like, I
Right.
just want to be able to, live off of this full time as well. But specifically with the music, like, I really just want to try to make the greatest music you've ever heard. Like, for real, for real. Because I'm super picky with my music. I've made a bunch of songs and I've never put anything out, But, like, there's just sound that I'm striving for, and sometimes I don't even know what the hell I'm chasing. But
I
when
feel that.
when I find it, I know it's it,
Yeah.
And I have a couple records like that, and I'm just waiting until I have a whole bunch of them bitches.
Hell
and then I'm
yeah.
going to drop them all, and it's going to go crazy. But,
Boom.
it's just timing.
No, I know what you mean though by what you say. You don't know exactly what you're looking for, but you know it when you find it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, that's such a real.
Mm-hmm.
That's
In
such
anything.
a real thing. Like, for me, like I'm even thinking about like right now I'm job hunting, which is like, bleh. But like I've been on a couple of
Swear.
interviews and like I don't know what the fuck I want to do right now. Like, who fucking knows? I just want to make some money. But
Yeah.
like even job interviews, like job environments, like what you were saying, like all these people, do they actually really like each other? Like sometimes you just have to go with your gut. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
there have been
definitely.
jobs where like a higher salary is definitely on the table, but like am I willing to sacrifice like my mental sanity for that?
Nope.
Like
The answer is
for
no.
like to be with these people for literally 8 hours, 40 hours of my week, which is like the entire fucking week.
Yeah.
Like I'd
Yeah.
rather be making less money, still be like stable enough, and like not hate my life every time I go into the office.
Yeah.
Than like pretending like I'm okay with it just because money. Because yes, there's something to be said for being financially stable, but
But
I
you
also
gotta-
don't believe in sacrificing like
You're happy.
Right, I'm
your
trying to be
happiness.
financially stable off what I like to do, what I
Yeah.
love.
Off
what makes you
not-
happy.
Yeah, not
That's
just
your
like
passion,
doing whatever,
clocking
Yeah.
in and out.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
No, back to what Ciano said though. Like that's so real. Like you don't. That goes with like jumping in too. Like you don't know exactly what you're going for, but like you work so hard at it. Like these three work so hard at what they do, and then you're gonna find it, and then you're gonna be like, all right, I'm ready to release my shit. Like I'm ready to, because you really haven't released much.
I mean,
like
I'm
at
a
all.
firm believer in the 10,000 hour rule.
Yes.
That's what. Did you see the episode with Jay, her boyfriend, by chance?
I didn't.
He's
Yeah.
he's becoming a professional soccer player, and so he was
Okay.
talking about the 10,000 hour
That's
rule.
amazing.
Yeah.
He's on
Like for the national team?
he's- I don't know. He's just like he's just pursuing it. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like
yeah.
I
He's
think he's
auditioning.
just like
Gotcha.
Auditioning.
Audition.
What
I
is
got
it called? Tryouts.
Hmm.
Same thing. Different.
trying out.
Same but different.
I just like pictured an
Sa-
audition.
Same
like,
vocab. Same.
hello.
soccer.
Yeah, no, I mean like that's the goal. I mean, just like figure it out as you. He's trying to just figure it out as he goes. Like he's not like obviously that would be like the ultimate goal, right? But like he's not. I don't know.
But
I
he
don't
works.
really, like, yeah.
He works so hard. He's
Yeah,
on
he is.
the field. What? How many hours a day?
Like-
4, 6.
Like
Every-
all
yeah.
fucking day, yeah.
Right. Like,
Literally.
Like that's his passion, and like
I mean, that's
the
dope, though,
the
yeah,
time
for
you
sure.
guys put into the studio, like that's what you love. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's what you want to
definitely.
do. So
Yeah.
I have no doubt that you guys are gonna make it. In
Have
that
you tracked
because-
your
Appreciate it.
hours, your 10,000 hours yet?
no.
No, that's crazy that
Do you
bring
think you've
up-
reached it though? I feel like you probably have by this.
I don't know. Like
I
I'm
don't
trying.
know. Maybe we
let's-
might be closer. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like maybe do some math. Like, what? That's a lot
I
of
mean,
math.
Go
hours
back
you could
5
spend a
years
week.
and
Like
think
how
So
many?
five times. I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, because
That's
that's
a-
the one you've been producing since 18.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe let's say like
okay, so
in
like
2016.
365 days a year.
let's say like not every day. Let's say like
40.
4 days out of the week, maybe like
Okay.
2-3 hours.
So what is
That's the days, right? 1,825 days in
Yeah.
5
Right.
years.
in 5 years?
All right,
So how many hours in a day?
let's just say like,
24 hours in a day times 24. But are you actually like producing 24 hours a day? You're not.
No, so
No.
do like 4.
Cut it in half or something.
wait, so times 4.
Yeah, 4 hours a day.
That's 7,300.
You're close.
Yeah.
But I bet you're actually closer than that too.
Maybe.
You
So,
guys
you
are
know-
almost
Maybe.
experts.
But that's
Almost,
awesome.
But I definitely, like I still like to learn more. Like I still learn stuff every day. Like I still go on
Yeah.
YouTube and like look stuff up.
Yeah.
Or like I'll hear about this, whatever, So
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I'm so fucking jealous of all of you guys because you guys
Yeah.
know what your thing is. I don't fucking know what my thing is.
Yes, you do.
You were just,
What
you
is my
just
thing?
were saying you were running the tennis world.
Oh, please. Far from it.
Nah,
I'm not
she's
gonna
a beast.
I'm not gonna play after college. Like that's not the plan.
But this is your thing. This is our thing. We like doing this.
yeah, you never
guess
know.
this is
Like
my thing,
honestly,
yeah.
like I feel like you put on YouTube. Like YouTube's a big platform.
Exactly.
True.
Get subscribers.
True.
Exactly.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You know people.
I'm on the hunt for my thing, and I
Yeah.
just need to stop. Like I think I just need to stop comparing myself to everyone else. And
Yeah.
be,
I
mean,
like,
just
find
do
my
what you
own
enjoy.
ways.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what the fuck I enjoy, you guys. Like now I'm
I
fucking
mean,
stressed.
yeah,
I do enjoy this
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You
I
enjoy
just
this.
feel like-
You
Yeah,
enjoy
sorry.
inspiring other people, especially young women with like body positivity. We talked about that.
True, true, true.
And yeah, that's another big theme on this show. Like, obviously, this is a different type of episode, but just talking about like mental health, like body positivity,
Mental
well-being.
health is my
Yeah,
jam. Mental health awareness. That's my jam.
That's my jam.
Bro.
But yeah,
All right, I'm sorry. I just had like a life crisis there.
she's like, shit.
Nah, that's
you
real.
guys haven't
That's
figured
real.
out, and I don't.
I mean,
No, but that's why I
everybody
look
has
up
their
to you
struggles,
guys.
Oh,
I look
thanks,
up to you guys
thanks.
a
Well,
lot.
no,
Appreciate
it's
it.
important. Like you need to surround yourself with people that like are chasing their dreams. So you're just not like I need to. This is what I'm most nervous for when I graduate, as not being surrounded by people that are doing what the fuck they want to do and loving what they're doing. And then I get stuck in the rut of like the 9 to 5
No,
and
I feel you.
just clocking in and clocking out and
That's-
like
Yeah,
That's why I'm like,
pretending
Mare.
like
It's a
I'm
scary thought.
happy.
Why do you even need to start? Why do you even need to interview for 9 to 5? If this is what we want to do,
'Cause
let's
I'm
go all in.
I'm so
I know. Yeah, we have loans. Now we're in a hole. Honestly,
I'm in a hole. I gotta dig myself out of
college
the
is a
hole.
trap.
College.
I went to college.
You did?
Yeah, I went to college for like a year and a half.
And then where did you go?
Ball State.
And then I'm curious, can I ask you like why you dropped out?
Yeah, I went to music. I was going for music. I was doing the MMP program,
Oh, cool.
and it was just like,
Why am I here?
yeah, I was just doing a bunch of choir classes and like classic guitars, and it was just like, I don't know. I just wanted to be in the studio, and I was like, after class, I was like more excited to go like in between classes and like make beats instead of like going to class.
Right.
And I was like, honestly, like all this practice is good, and like this would make me a great musician, but like if I put as much time into like the guitar lessons or get like choir or the music theory into like the beats, I feel like it'd pay off
Yep.
more.
And it
Yes.
has. And it has.
But
Yeah.
that is so true. I think thinking about people that go into college and they're very set and they know this is what I want to do with my life and
Yeah.
like I am passionate about this. Sometimes it's like, yeah, don't fucking go and dedicate literally all of your time to doing to like what you know you want to do. Like
Right.
whereas for people like me, I came into college like I don't fucking know what I want to do. So like I think that's not to say like college is like don't go to college. Like I think college can be good for people that are like
Yeah, definitely.
unsure and trying to like
sure.
figure it out and want to get like an education doing that. Like I'm so grateful I did that, but like it's not like a guarantee.
Well-
Like you just have like I feel like people high schoolers before they're in their 20s, 18, 19, like young 20-year-olds are like okay, I'm just going to go to college. Like, I graduated. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. My parents want me to do this, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll figure, like, that's what I'm supposed to do. It's like,
Yeah.
if you know, like, you're never too young. You're not too young to know what you want to do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so tired of adults being like, yeah, you don't know.
You're dumb.
You're not in love. You don't know anything. You don't know. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
actually, I fucking do. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, shut up. Let me, like, do
But
what I want to do.
That's what I'm telling my little brother right now, because he's looking into fashion design, and obviously that's not like a very like, you know, typical major. And he's going to Cincinnati for it, and like obviously you can't. It's I don't know. You have to kind of work your own way in that. You know, it's kind of like
Right.
music. You
Yeah,
kinda-
that's what I was like gonna say. Like I knew what I wanted to do. That's why I went to college for it. But then I was just kind of thinking, I'm like, do I really need a music degree to be in the music business?
Hell
Right.
no.
There's so
Right.
many people that don't have degrees.
Right.
Like
And do I need to be dedicating all of these hours to things that like I just have to do for the major, right?
Right.
Like the classical
Exactly,
guitar,
like-
the choir.
all the extra stuff.
When I could be dedicating all of those hours to like what you said, the 10,000 hour rule, literally becoming an expert at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like
that
I think
was like
that's
the
amazing.
same ideology I had when I graduated and decided not to go to college.
Yeah.
I was just like, I mean, I chose like the real experience over the college experience.
Yeah.
You know,
For
Yeah.
sure.
So,
That's
because
so
that's
cool.
what I mean. Like the studio literally is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
But yeah, I dropped
a
out
T.
and then I saved up and I went to the studio. They
Mhm.
have a school there, Asman.
cool.
So
And
Yeah,
that's
that's
just like
like-
life learning. I mean, like
Yeah.
that's the point, because that's what you're gonna do in 4 years anyway. So if you know, why put it off?
And
further?
that's the dream. It's like to do what you're like. You all said what I said. What do you want to do with your life? And you said I want to be financially stable in what I want to do. Is a degree in something you don't really give a fuck about going to get you there? No.
yeah.
So why?
I mean, depending on how you use it, but I feel what
That's
you're saying.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
But I think the experience is what's going to get you there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely
for sure.
And there's
But
just
yeah.
different routes of experience.
for different people.
For
Yeah.
people,
Definitely.
it's
Everybody.
for someone, it's going to school. For you guys, it's like going to school for a little bit and being like, no, this isn't gonna work. You know, for you,
Right.
it's like I'm just gonna jump right in. Like there's
Right.
nothing. I'm so tired of like that college trope. Like I fucking hate seeing that on social media.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to college. Like, oh god,
Yeah,
I
you
grew
just
up
gotta
with,
go
I
with
grew
your
up
gut
surrounded by
feeling.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're not going to college. Like it
You're
was
not
like
going anywhere.
frowned upon. Like
Right.
I remember like in the graduation program, people looking like where we had like a whole college signing day, things like that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's not what I'm saying. But like
Right.
I can even remember even me being in high school being like, oh, this person's going like to a community college or this person's doing this, and now I'm like, oh my god. Who gives a fuck? Like, actually, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, no, you shouldn't care. But like when you're younger, I just think until you're exposed to it, until you decide for yourself exactly what you want to do,
That's all a
you're
part
just gonna think
of
about
the
it.
social hierarchy
Oh yeah.
type of mindset that our past generations have put onto us. I think.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
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 Agreed.
I feel like part of your 20s is just dismantling all of that, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think-
finding
Yeah,
yourself
just like
as a
finding
whole.
yourself, honestly.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
doing you. Like,
Yeah.
And I honestly think our generation is kind of like rebunking a lot of like
Debunking.
debunking. Thank you. This is why we need each other. 'Cause she'll say
Rebunk.
some experiential,
Yeah.
but debunking kind of like past themes and ideas and traditions that just don't work for us and our
Right.
mindset. We have
Yeah,
a
for
very
sure.
different mindset. We live in a very different world than what our parents did
no,
Yeah.
when they
facts.
were our
Seriously.
age. So like we gotta adjust and not.
Right.
Yeah, it is crazy because like I feel like it's like a big change because like a lot of
Huge.
stuff's changed
Oh,
since like
everything.
our parents were
Changing,
young,
yeah,
like
Yeah.
our age.
Mhm.
So
Even just
Yeah.
the invention of cell phones blew up. Like that would change the whole
Right.
world.
Yeah, no.
crazy.
Crazy. Imagine inventing something that changes the literal culture of the entire world.
That's fucking.
It's like
nuts.
made fun of on like
Yeah.
cartoons and like movies and stuff. It's just like
right.
everybody talks about.
Also,
it.
what
This
pisses
is
me
the
off is
future.
like talking
Mhm.
about the generation before. So I'm just like going in on a lot of things right now.
I think you
but,
had a
like-
lot of caffeine. I've never seen you this like
Oh, I know.
amped up.
Super amped up. Sorry. But like thinking about like even like the boomer generation and the generation before us, whatever. Like okay, you've heard like the okay boomer, like that whole thing.
Yeah.
But like honestly, it's so true. Like that generation set things up for us and the generations after them for like the situation that we're in now. And literally we get so much flack as a generation for doing things the way that like we're choosing to do them. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but we're literally just cleaning up the mess that y'all made for us. Like
Right.
I'm sorry if it
Yeah.
doesn't like fit like your standard of like comfortability or normality, whatever. But like, I don't know. It just pisses me off. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just
Yeah,
Rant.
I
like
feel- I
it
feel
just
you.
like
I
it
feel
honestly
you, though.
pisses me off.
Like,
And like the whole like the college loans thing and like just being taught like that is just like the way it's supposed to be done, and then realizing 20 years into your life that like, oh wait, I
mean,
like might have gotten
don't get it
myself
twisted,
in
though.
a
Like, it
hole.
wasn't just easy for me to. I still had that pressure to go
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
school.
facts.
Like, I got all the mail. Like, I went.
Oh, yeah,
I went to
I'm
the
sure.
what was it, like the college.
The college, like,
the
fair.
signings. Yeah, the
Yeah.
fairs and stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I went to all that. Like, I was damn near going to go to college, but
Yeah.
No.
What did your parents think? Like, what did you get any pushback from them?
Actually, I had like a conversation with my dad, and he really heard me out. I was grateful for it because
Wow.
I thought that it wasn't gonna go over as smooth, but it did, and because he understood that it was a passion of mine,
Yeah.
so he was able to, like, support me with it. But
right.
I mean,
That's awesome.
yeah, like, I feel like it was the best decision I could have made.
For sure.
That's so cool.
Hell
I mean, I felt the pressure a lot too to go
Yeah.
to college and dropping out. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
When you decided you wanted to drop out, like, what did your parents think? Were they like disappointed? Were you?
I was
Did you
so-
feel disappointed because they felt disappointed? Like,
yo, I was so scared to tell my mom.
I'm
I was
sure.
I was like, dang. But I told her, and it was like I had like a plan at least. I didn't like because I looked up Azimuth. Like I already took the tour. Like I don't even think she knew that I took the tour, but I just went and took the tour by myself. And like I was just like, bet I'm gonna do this if I drop out. And then I told her, and like I told her, and she was grateful, but like supportive about it.
For sure.
That's so
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
you need that. That's really awesome that you have support.
Yeah.
Because if no one, even if you're like your parents don't believe in like your vision, that can fuck with you mentally. Like,
Yeah,
oh shit,
facts.
Yeah.
maybe I wasn't meant for that. It's like that's
Yeah.
my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
The person who
Question
literally
everything.
birthed you in like your formative years. Like I'm thinking about like my parents, like that Taylor Swift documentary, whatever. I literally lived to please my parents. Like everything I did, I liked most of it, but everything I did was to like get a pat on the back. Like you're doing a great job, blah blah blah.
That
And so,
reassurance-
right,
reassurance,
I'm
yeah.
the type of person where even to this day, and I'm working on that. Like I need reassurance to feel like I'm doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And like every time that I fall into that mind trap where it's like, oh, I'm not getting reassurance, I must be I'm like, we're not doing that today. We don't do that anymore. Like you don't need that from someone
Yeah.
else. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so like I think like even if your parents are like, no, that's gonna be stupid. Like, good try. Like,
Mm-hmm.
parents, if you're listening to this, like, support your fucking kids. Like,
Mhm, literally.
if they have a passion and it's a visible thing, you can tell when someone has a passion for something. It's
Yeah.
very easy to see.
Yeah.
Don't
Definitely.
like shove them down.
Yeah.
Life is gonna do enough of that to them. Like,
Right.
lift them up. Like, support them.
Even if you have way different interests and like, dreams than they do,
Or
than
you
they
don't understand it.
or you don't
whatever.
understand,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's facts. Speaking of people who are supportive, I guess who inspires you the most and why?
Who inspires me?
Like,
the
if
most?
someone gave you approval, who would you want that person to be? Like, that would be like, holy shit, they give me approval and they think they see something in me. I'm set. This is what I was meant to do. Who's that person?
I mean,
anyone.
for me, like, it's really just like my circle, like my people.
Okay.
Like my family and friends, the real
Yeah.
close ones at the end of the day, because that's really all that matters. I mean,
Sweet.
just because, like, they're never going to steer me wrong, and they're going to keep it real with me.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
if they say it's not right, it's not right.
Yeah.
If they say it's right, it's right.
No, I
So
kind of
I can
agree.
trust
I
that.
kind of agree because I was like thinking like just recently, like if I get compliments from like people I really don't know, like it feels all right, like
Right.
I'm grateful for the compliments on like
Absolutely.
whatever my achievements are, but it definitely
Mhm.
feels better if like my homie like congratulates me because like I talked about him like, damn, I'm trying to do this or that, and then he
Right.
sees me do it, so
Yeah.
it's way
That's
cooler,
true.
especially with
He-
like parents and stuff.
Right. They know what it
True.
means to you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like you talked about it, they know you, so.
Right.
It definitely
Yeah.
means way more than just like
A stranger on
if
the
like
street.
or like a comment you're like yo
Right.
or like someone that's like just hits you up,
Right.
hmm
Right.
It's-
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think
Definitely.
like
That's
big
fleeting.
artists feel that way? Like, I'm going to see Post Malone tomorrow. I'm super excited. But do you think like even Post Malone feels that way about like his close circle? Do you think he cares about like the thousands and thousands of people that see him? Do you think he cares that if they support him and like him, or do you think he really only cares about? I don't know.
I don't know, like I feel like he's grateful and everything,
course,
but he's
yeah.
definitely doing him like
No doubt.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just
I
like
mean, anyone should be grateful to be in his position, just
True.
with all the things that come
Success.
with his success. Exactly. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you
See, I
want to
know-
you want to please your people, you want to please your fans, but like sometimes it can get crazy for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
people that just like aren't really there for you for the
Yeah.
good reason. So it's better just to please the people that are down for you. So
Yeah.
hmm
Sienna, do you want that? Like, when you see like yourself in like 10 years, do you see yourself like on a big stage with thousands of people loving you?
I mean, yeah, that's like, you know, you dream about that stuff, but like at the end of the day, I feel like you just gotta have a solid circle to keep you grounded at all time. Like people that really in your circle that will like check you, you know, so because we're not perfect, but like you
Yeah.
you need that like. Hey man,
Like
you're
motivation.
fucking up, bro.
Yeah.
Get on your shit, you
No.
fucking clown. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
that's so
That's real
true.
shit.
It's hard. You don't want to hear it, but like you need people like that in your life.
Yeah.
She's been there for me over and over again. Like, hey, get your ass out of bed. Like, get
Come
your
on, bitch.
ass to the gym.
Get moving. We got things to do.
Yeah,
Right.
like when I've been in my worst spot, like mentally, she'll like text me every day and be like, "You doing okay today? Like,
Yeah.
just come in my room. All right, have you eaten today? Like, are you out of bed? Like, do you want to go to the gym with me? Like, literally everything. I mean, you need people like that who are gonna like,
Look out for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, and
Yeah.
they're honestly kind of hard to come by. So like when you get them,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cherish
Yeah.
them for real.
seriously, and it doesn't always have to be your family too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
No,
convinced that
not-
like
For real.
Yeah.
sometimes your family is not always
The best people
the
for
best
that.
people for that, but you also get people in your life that can fill that void,
Mm-hmm.
and like you can choose your family at some point. So
You know what I'm
That's true.
excited about? I'm just
What's that?
excited to like, I don't know, hit you guys up in like 10 years. Or if we're like, you know what I mean? And if we're still like rocking with each other, that's awesome too. But if like, you know, paths take different way, we're doing our own thing, we're both successful, but like, just be like, hey, you remember when we like did this
For sure.
podcast like
Yeah.
way back
Yeah.
when, and we had
Yeah.
dreams and we did it? Like, I just can't wait for that moment because
Well,
I know we're gonna do
also-
it.
No,
and
that's
then
facts.
yeah, you
Yeah,
get
definitely.
you all get famous, and then like we can like have a podcast like about your
Like a
guys'
reunion.
fame, and
A
then
reunion.
like yeah, like I don't know, we can like.
This is your 30s.
This is your 30s.
That's what. So we were talking to our professor, and we're
That's
like
it.
making this. So for our media fellows class, we're like making this like our project,
Senior
basically, our
capstone
senior capstone
type
project,
thing.
whatever. And he's like, y'all should like make this into like. This is like a franchise. So like, this is your 30s, this is your 40s, this is your 50s, this is
Like-
your fucking 80s, bitch. Like,
Yeah,
and
you
the
never
nursing
know,
home,
like-
like.
It's
That would be the
big,
most
like, it's-
legendary
Hell
podcast
yeah.
That'd be
I'm
amazing.
down for it.
ever. They have seasons.
Yeah, right. This is your
Season.
90s.
This is your 100s. New
Yeah,
No,
that'd be
let's-
dope.
that's the
I
goal.
could see it though. I mean,
100s.
it's a great
We gonna
concept.
start losing
Thank
members.
you.
I think it's dope.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys did it because I remember she was talking about it. Like I remember she come in the studio and she was like talking about the whole idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I was
it's been
so
the
passionate
best.
about it.
Yeah,
yo.
yeah.
I was
I
like,
remember.
yo, I have this idea. What do you think? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they tweak it. And
Yeah.
like, well, all right, what do you, I'd come back the next week and be like, all right, what about this? What about this?
Yeah, and then just
Yeah.
next thing I know, I remember hearing Levi came on here, and I was like, what? I'm like,
Yeah.
You're like, wait, it's legit now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Happening.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, I guess I should mention that. They know Levi and Luke.
Gotcha.
Came
Yeah,
on.
shout
So
out.
yeah,
I
from the
figured.
studio.
Lukey
Studio.
and Levi. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
our
guys
boys.
have like your little like squad, your studio squad.
It's a fat squad.
Yeah,
It's a
for
fat
sure.
squad.
Yeah, we
I
all
need a
support
squad.
each other.
I need a
you know?
fatter squad.
See,
Can
I
join
went to the
squad?
studio and then I brought Oscar in just because
Yeah.
he's the homie.
Yeah.
So
We
just
we've had
hung
some
around.
good times.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. I love that. Like just constantly bringing people in.
Mhm.
We need more of that these days
For sure.
instead of people like.
We need
pushing each
support.
other
And you
out.
know what we
Yeah.
especially need? We should have an episode on this, woman on woman support. Because with social
Write it
media.
down.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. With social media and stuff, like girls just get so jealous and uptight. And that we just if we had women supporting women woman supporting woman, I feel like it'd change a lot.
Yeah.
We don't have that a lot.
True.
I mean also like women supporting men, men supporting women. We just need
just
support.
everyone's just
Yeah, no,
supporting.
for sure. I know what you're saying.
Or just
Yeah.
you know,
I
just
understand.
like,
Everybody love everybody. ELE. That's
Or-
from
Yeah.
Semi Pro.
or just let them do their thing. Don't hate. You know, like
Yeah.
just so you know.
I will never
what it-
fucking understand. Sorry. Wow, I'm getting like really heated. I will never understand why people can't just leave each other the fuck alone. Like
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the whole, oh God, everything's political, but like, you know, I mean, like, I don't want to get into like too controversial of topics, but like with religion, with fucking like sexuality, with things like that, it's like, who gives an actual fuck? Just live your life.
So-
I will live mine.
we'll be all
It's
happy.
good. It's all good. Like, I support you as a
Right.
human being. Support me as a human being. It's literally not hard. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
It's not a difficult concept.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you know,
agree.
people just love power. You know,
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
true.
somebody wants to rule the world.
It's the evil world we live in.
I'm being very philosophical. Right now.
This has been a very philosophical episode, but I kind
I
of knew
love
this.
that.
Knowing
love when
these guys, I knew that
happens.
was gonna happen because we just have some great conversations in the studio too. Like we'll just
Yeah,
be talking
definitely.
about.
Yeah.
Like,
Anything.
I remember Luke was always like, bro, we should like record this all the time. If we had a GoPro or just record it all
Yeah.
the time and make
Yeah.
like the day to days like Wiz did. That'd be
Yeah.
silly. Like
Yeah,
we would
that
have
would be
so many
crazy.
funny moments and just like
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's the point too. Like with this podcast, we like don't want this to be like a formal structure.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
This is a real podcast. We're talking about you
No,
know.
it's
no,
just like
this
the
is-
conversation I would have with Elise in my bedroom. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
just
no, that's
record
dope.
it. You know, I mean, like that's I don't know. That's the point.
Those are the best
No, that's
podcasts,
good.
to be honest.
Also,
Yeah,
I love
that's
having
real talk.
conversations with people about like you like are just like hanging out and then you start talking about like fucking God and like the earth and like,
Yeah, yeah.
aliens and conspiracy
Yeah.
theories
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
literally everything gets deep and like you like I love that.
I love
That's
talking
it.
about it. Some
I
people
love staying up late at night with
Some people
and talking
can't
about that.
talk about that stuff. I've learned that the hard way. Like some
Nah,
people.
I was gonna say like I think it's like really brave that you guys do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like there's a lot of people that's the reason why like you'll have viewers because they agree with what you're saying. They probably they don't feel comfortable saying that out loud, but they have
We'll
an
say it
outlet.
for 'em.
You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, exactly.
That's
Is that
facts.
just that's just like I think that we're on like the same wavelength here, but I just think it's crazy that people like that you'd even say like that's like brave. Like
hmm
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
to me that's just
how it is?
just like how my brain works. I don't know.
Right.
Like but it's yeah, I
It's
mean
just
I think
because
it's
you
just
know
like
like
amazing.
the
though.
internet. You know what
Oh,
I'm
the
saying?
internet
Everyone
is-
has something to say at all times.
But also at
So-
the same time, everyone has something to say, but the internet is also the fakest place on the earth. So like,
Yeah.
you just have to be the one that's gonna like step out of that like
No one's
line.
That's the
True.
thing is I just want to with this podcast too. I just want to support. I just want people to just stop hating, especially
Yeah.
on the internet. Like say whatever the fuck you want to say. We all have minds. We all have brains. We all think very similar, but some people don't want to admit that. We all have very similar thoughts. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
all think about the same fucked up shit sometimes. Like let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
That's real.
Sometimes I'll see a meme and I'll relate to it. I was like,
Oscar, we
I
can't-
never-
Boy, we
Oscar.
can't hear you. What am I telling you?
Twist the
So
mic.
sometimes I'll see a meme and I'll see like I don't have a good example, but I'll see a meme and I'll relate to it and I was like I didn't think other people thought
Right.
like that.
And
I
you're
was
like, you see how many likes and retweets it gets, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, everyone has the same
yeah,
brain.
yeah, everybody has.
Or like everyone had like there's so many TikToks that's like, why did we all have the same childhood? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where like they're like doing I don't know, just doing like some goofy shit, and they're like, oh, I used to do that when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and then you see like literally millions of likes. You're like, shit, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
We're more
Kinda
similar.
freaky.
I think
Yeah.
that's the cool part of social media. You
Yeah.
like can relate to it more, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's
definitely
just like
funny.
anything else. Like
Yeah, entertaining.
you
fun.
have
End of the
to
day,
you
yeah.
have to just choose every day like how you're gonna use it. Like you can either use it for good and you can use it for like social improvement and funny like
And
you
then
know
you can get caught
memes.
up in like bad things, like
Right.
For
being
sure.
like dang, like looking at other people's social status, and they could just be, you know, just fronting the whole thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like it could be fucking miserable
Like-
inside, but
Or
they
just like
don't
you
look
know,
like it.
yeah, they just like it's just one picture, but then if you see them every day, it's just they're not really doing all
Right.
that. So.
Right.
And then
Just
you just
not
like get
worth
jealous.
it.
You're like, dang, I'm not on that level or
Yeah.
whatever.
That's why everyone needs to mind their own fucking business and live their goddamn life.
Yeah,
like,
just do you. Just like
True.
That's why I just
Yeah.
like if there's anything in life that I want to be, it's like real. Like I hope that no one in my life is
100%.
gonna pass by me and be like, that girl's fake. Like I can tell that. Like I really like I just want to be genuine. That's
feel like
all
as-
I want.
I feel like as long as you're genuine to yourself, like it doesn't matter what
right.
else. Like
People can like feel
Yeah.
that energy.
It doesn't matter how others perceive you because you know deep down you're just being
That's
real.
true.
You're not
Right.
being
That's
you're not being a version of yourself for anyone's.
Yeah.
Exactly.
right,
know?
and like that's kind of crazy because like what you're saying, one of the questions was like, what's the best advice, kind of, or like I don't know,
Best
something
advice.
something that you tell yourself 2 years ago,
Yes.
Oh,
and it would
yeah.
be like not to try and please everyone.
Yes.
'Cause, like-
I love this quote.
Yeah.
Someone said this. It's like the opinions that other people have about you are none of your business.
I love
I
that.
was just like,
Yeah. Okay. Good question. What would you tell yourself 2 years ago? I guess you kind of already answered that,
Yeah.
I
don't
mean,
give a shit.
2 years ago, shit. Honestly, this is gonna be some super duper real shit.
but okay.
man, stack up your bread, boy.
Ah!
I would tell myself, really, just because, like, you know, you can have all the talent in the world, man, but, you know, if you can't market yourself, these days people want visuals. These days, you know, you gotta be able to answer that call. And what if you have an opportunity and somebody's like, hey, I need you in LA tomorrow, you know? Oh, man, I missed out on a life-changing opportunity simply because of the fact I don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's frustrating because
Yeah.
it's like that's entirely your fault.
Yeah.
You can't blame anybody else but yourself.
Damn, that's
so
true.
it's like
For sure.
that's something I would stress to myself because, you know.
Yeah, we gotta have a
That's
money
good.
episode for sure because I need to do better at that. I saw like a Instagram thing. It was like go through your monthly expenses for the past month and take out everything you wanted and add that up and how much money could you have like right now
Yeah,
for
facts.
things that you need to
I
invest in.
know.
I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
I've been trying to like get down on myself too. Like I feel like I've always been kind of good with money, but like I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to move out to Atlanta, so I'm trying to like stack
Save
up,
up.
like do it
Yeah.
for real. So
Yeah, then you
Trying to
gotta
get
start
on
paying
myself.
rent and bills. And,
right, like so I got to be extra prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
That's really good advice, actually. I love that.
Yeah. All right, Oscar. What about you? Let's hear it. Words of
Uh,
wisdom 2 years ago.
2 years ago, let's see. Get out of Indiana when I had that opportunity to get out.
Damn.
Yeah, you had an opportunity to leave.
Because I have my mom lives out in Arizona, well,
Yeah.
down in Mexico. It's like the border, and they always told me that they would help me out, and move out there and stuff like that. And I just never did because I don't really like being able to depend on somebody. Like
That's fair.
I hate having that on my shoulders and
Yeah.
constantly thinking about it. Because I feel like I would always have to owe them in some way, even if
Right.
I do pay them back. But like, thank you for creating this opportunity for me. I feel like I owe you for that, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
forever.
definitely.
Even if I do repay them, I'm still gonna be like super nice and just
Yeah.
always thinking about it because for them putting me in a situation that I would be in.
Yeah.
Right. That makes
So,
total sense.
But yeah,
I definitely feel that. There's just like, it's like, you know, people are there for you in your life and you know that you could like turn to them whenever you need. But
Mhm.
sometimes it's just like, I just don't want to right now. Like, I want to be able to figure this out for myself. But also part of it is just like, yeah, that extra added responsibility of just like that. It's like hanging over your head almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not, no one wants to feel like they're being like a burden, but also, I don't know.
but I mean,
I think that's something
I
you
feel
have
like
to push
everything
past.
happens for a reason. So
I agree.
yeah, most
maybe-
definitely.
maybe you know that could have been the easy way out. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe this is like
The
Right.
harder way out, and I'm actually doing it myself.
Yeah.
And if I would have moved, I don't think I would have got into photography
Right.
as I would. I probably would have
Facts.
done it later on in life. but
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
It's a
who
good
knows?
way to look at it too.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy to think that every single decision you've had to make in your life led you to this point in your life right now?
yeah, that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that blows my mind.
Like
sometimes.
literally every little thing.
Like I feel like stuff is like pre-planned because like there's no way you can like go back and change it. So
Yeah. I know, right? Sometimes I do
That's
think
why
about
I'm like
that.
kind of a spiritual,
weird, yeah.
faithful person.
Yeah,
I don't know how
definitely.
you guys feel about religion or whatever, but like we had an episode about this, but yeah, I just like I can't.
it's
just-
crazy. No, yeah.
There's got to be something bigger than me that's like
Some type of
controlling
like
all
an
of this.
energy vibe. I don't know,
Yeah.
something.
I
Like,
believe
it's weird.
in that. I believe in that.
Things
think you can
work
also-
in mysterious ways.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
it's weird.
Mhm.
No, it's
like there's
true.
coincidence and
Yeah,
stuff
like
that.
I don't know, like
And
There's
you meet people for a reason.
Right.
yeah, like it's
Exactly,
like
that's
there's
what I'm
no
saying.
like
And also, like all of the crazy coincidences I've had in my life are it's like too big of a coincidence to actually like just be a coincidence. Do you know what I
Right,
mean?
like, yeah,
I'm like,
there's, like-
there's just no fucking way.
The fact
There's
that we
no
both went to
fucking way.
DePaul University in
Right.
Greencastle, Indiana,
Right.
and met like that's
the first day of class, music appreciation class.
we've been best friends since day one at DePaul. Yeah.
right.
She asked me to
Or
eat a
think
granola
about-
bar
That's dope.
outside
That-
with her on the porch of the GCPA. as a freshman.
Cute.
Or think
So
about it like when
crazy.
you were born. Like where were you born? Like I was born in Atlanta, and now I'm here.
Really? I didn't know that.
So like all the events that led up to this point.
Yeah,
You
every
know?
place you've been, you've been here, this, like walked here.
Like you were
Mhm.
born. Sienna was born where?
Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania, and now he's here. You know, and you're
Yeah.
from Cincinnati, and we're here.
Yeah.
We just met.
Right. We all sound
Where
a
were you
little
born
bit
again? I
high right
forget.
now.
I was I was born in Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was born in. None of us were you born in Indiana?
Yeah, northern Indiana, like
Okay.
Bluffton.
Northern Indiana, Atlanta, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Cincinnati. Oh my God, you guys, we literally sound like we're baked right now.
All over the U.S. Okay, we should
this.
probably. I have one final question for all of you.
All right,
And it's to the people watching right now who clicked on this episode because they're interested because there's our creatives in the room right now.
Right.
And they're looking at this episode like, whoa, like these are people doing what I want to do. What would you tell someone who wants to start making music or start taking photos, but literally has no equipment, has no idea where to start? Like, what would you tell them to do?
Well, if you want to be like a producer, if you want to follow that road, I would just say, like, just get a laptop and just
Step one.
get some type of like software. You could look it up. There's like Fruity Loops, Ableton, Logic. Honestly, there's a whole bunch of different softwares you can make beats on, and just like go on and like look up YouTube videos. And honestly, if you have a music background, that will help like a bunch, because I mean, at first it's a learning curve to like get on the computer and make music on the computer if you're used to like doing stuff on keyboards or guitar or whatever, doing a live instrument. But like once you get over that learning curve, it's like it's making music. It's a regular thing. So just get a laptop. I know that might be expensive, but if not, honestly, like I remember when I was younger, like I didn't officially start making beats, but my grandma got me like this big, like I think it's like Casio keyboard, and like it had like synth sounds and like drums. So like you could record a loop, and I would just have like a synth and then put little drums on it. So
I love it.
even if it's on a keyboard, so either a keyboard or laptop.
Cool.
Me, so I'm a firm believer of Google is your best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did. I didn't know where to start. I just, I looked at something that I thought I liked, so I started Googling it. I was like, how do you get into photography? And then Google gives you all this stuff. And then you like, how do you do this? And all this stuff. Doing the research. If you want to do it independently, then yeah, obviously just do your research, do your homework, look things up, and then start looking around in your area, see if there's like classes that you can attend, find mentors and stuff like that. And then the other way is just meeting people.
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure.
For sure. Other people have done it, and just collaborate with them, and they can teach you, or you could teach them something,
Yep.
along the way.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
I
that's
love
the
that.
easiest way, honestly. If you just know somebody that you want to get into, just like talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Swear. All right, Siano.
I would say, like, just specifically for being an artist, I mean, just write, like, get your ideas out.
Doesn't
Just
matter if you think it's trash.
Just
do
like,
it.
Expand your
judgment.
expand your music, like your genres that you listen to as well. I feel like, don't
that's good.
keep it one
Yeah,
track
definitely.
minded, because
Yeah.
you're only gonna get better. Your ear's gonna get better, and you're gonna know different things to look for. So I would say just be open minded when it comes to listening to music, write your own music, and then definitely, like Oscar was saying, just like connecting with people. Everything is about who you know at the end of the day. Because if they don't like you, they can just close that door. So, I mean,
I still remember
but
like
be yourself too. You gotta be yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
at the end of the
like,
day, yeah. I remember like meeting you all for the first time, and I was like so hyped because it's the first time I met like people who were like making music and like doing all
Yeah.
this creative stuff because they loved it, and I was like, wow, I've never like DePaul is like very academic driven, obviously, but I hadn't met people who were doing what I potentially would want to do, and I was so excited to meet you.
No, I could tell that you liked, like, you're on that same vibe. That's
Yeah.
why
For sure.
you came through and everything, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I kept showing up to the studio, be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
"Hey!"
stay- Hey.
And then eventually we became friends.
Yeah,
Forced
facts.
myself
Honestly,
upon
though,
them.
that's
Sure.
the thing. Like a lot of it is about who you know. You cannot be afraid to put yourself out there. I think
Yeah,
like
definitely.
the biggest obstacle in most of the situations, whatever it may be, is like you just get in your own way. Like I'll convince myself like over and over again that this person that I really want to talk to about this, who I want to pick up some information from, like is going to be annoyed if I come up and ask them a question. Like 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be annoyed. Like, and the worst that they can say is no. So like,
Yeah, you just gotta
Yeah.
go for it.
you know, what are you going to do?
People love talking about what they're passionate
Oh
about.
yeah, you literally just ask them about themselves and say like, I want to learn from you. That's like the biggest compliment you could get about anything, like whatever your track is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
if someone came up to
that
me
is-
and said, I want to learn how to play tennis from you, I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go. Like, you know, I mean, like,
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
right? It's a huge compliment. I mean, you just
Yeah.
have to learn. So much of it is like a people business too. I mean,
That's why I think a lot of people listening could learn a lot from you guys. Like, for real. That's why you guys are on
Appreciate
here.
it. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
the three wise men.
Three wise men. Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for being on this podcast. This is
Appreciate
season
you
2.
for having me.
Yes.
Invited me, yeah. Thanks for inviting me.
Opener.
Season
This
2
is a
opener.
Season
Strong
2.
one.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
I learned a lot.
It was
I
dope.
did too.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It was
dope.
dope.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening. If you're back at home, we hope you learned a lot too. Yeah, be sure to email us. We connect with us any way possible. Twitter, Instagram, we have multiple platforms now. So we just want to hear what you guys think and what you guys want to talk about. If you want to be on the show, hit us up. If you have
Yeah.
some heat to bring, let's do it. Let's do this podcast thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it can be anything. And I think one thing that we really want to stress, especially in season 2, is like we don't all have to agree. Like I think that's the point. Like we really want to bring on people that have different viewpoints, perspectives on things, hot issues, whatever it may be. It might get controversial. That's kind of the point, right? We don't
Yeah.
just want to sit here and chat. We want to like
Right.
get somewhere with this. So
Yeah.
if
I
you
want to learn
have-
shit.
Yeah,
Shit,
if
I
you
want
want
to
to
learn.
challenge us, like I'm ready to be challenged. So like send us an email. Seriously, whatever it is. And if you think that you don't have something important to say, you're probably wrong. And if you
Facts.
think that we're going to be like, oh no, sorry, that's not good enough, you're also wrong. So just like hit us up is the main,
Right.
the
Hit 'em
main
up.
message.
Hell
Yes, thank you. The
Hit 'em
main
up.
message from this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know our little tagline that we do?
Nah.
No. what
right.
is it?
Teach,
Ready?
teach it.
You ready?
You go first.
You may not have your shit figured out.
But that's okay.
This is your 20s.
It's your
Hey.
20.
Hey! Thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.